Cozy Azeroth, aka Zachary Fruhling here. I am just getting set up. My friend Dylan and I are going to work on our retro 8-bit style Dragon Ball Z themed fighting game, Frieza's Fury, which we're programming in PICO-8 using the Lua programming language. I just have to get into Discord here and start sharing my information so Dylan can follow along when he logs in. Let me share my screen. That's the one. Entire screen, that one. Okay, there we go. Now we're basically set up here. Yeah, I haven't heard from Dylan that he has a new version of the game for me, so let's get into the right directory here. Load. We're just calling it Fight for now, but the name of the game is Frieza's Fury. Load Fight. Okay. Let's make sure we got the right version of the game here. Oh yeah, this is the work we did last time. Last time we spent a little time consolidating the code, taking the single line variable assignments and multiple line variable assignments, turn them into single line variable assignments with multiple variable assignments on the same line, which we want to keep doing a little bit. Let's see here. Oh, I see what happened. I actually meant to. There we go. Full screen here. I think there were a couple other places we saw that we could do that, and then hopefully we have enough room to. We've got about 80 tokens. I'm hoping I can use that to add the one last feature we want to add, which is animating the Kai blasts on the title screen.
Yeah.
Hey, there you are.
Hey.
How's it going?
Going good. I'm excited.
Do you have a new version of the game for me, or not yet? Okay, so that's okay, because we can just dive in then. That's cool. That's cool. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Very excited.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think we should take a few minutes and consolidate the code a little bit more. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, even these little ones. There's no reason to have these on separate lines. They're fine, you know.
Yeah. 1-0.
So let's just do it. Let's just blaze forward, do that for a few more minutes, and then we can. I want to try to do the Kai blast on the title screen.
Yay! I love that.
I know.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I showed Max the game last night. He thinks it's really cool.
Were you able to duplicate that bug at all? Where that sprite went away?
Yeah, I'm gonna play test it either tonight or tomorrow with Andy.
Cool. Yeah, let me know when so I can tune in.
Yeah, I'll let you know if it ends up happening tonight. I think it'll depend on how long our meeting is today, because I'm at Max's now, so I'm still almost an hour from the house, and Andy and the kids go to bed between 7 and 8 normally. If I get home after 6, they probably won't want to do it today. But they're free tomorrow, and the kids are off school, so they're down to do it tomorrow. I already talked to them about it.
Nice.
And yeah, I'll message you before we start. Once I know a time, I'll tell you.
All right. I think this is time well spent to just get as many of these tokens back as we can.
Yeah.
Okay, 0, 4, and 0. 0, 4, 0. It's a round start timer. I want to keep this note here, I think.
Yeah. After the first 0. Can you do a comment in the middle like that, or does that mess it up?
I think it'll mess it up. I'm just gonna do round state. Like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And you know, may or may not keep those in the long run. We'll see here.
Yeah.
I think we should try. There was that one area we saw where we weren't sure if we could.
We should do that area.
I think we should try it and see how it goes. Yeah.
That was a big area. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's like 48 lines there.
This was it.
Yeah,
right here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it does one for
Yeah,
player
I think
0.
why don't we just try one and see how it works?
Yeah. See if it still works. Yeah, just do all of player 0. This is Vegeta. Just do all 5 of those in one line and see if it works. If Vegeta still works right.
Exactly.
Because if we can mix these variables all into one line, we'll be saving like 6 tokens per section at least, I think.
Exactly.
Or 7 or 8. Yeah, they compile.
I think you can. I think this will probably work. I haven't
Like
seen.
it will.
Well, yeah, it's just a matter of whether you can mix variable types in the same multi-line variable assignment.
Yeah, it's a valid concern.
Okay, so 0, 1, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 1, 0, 4, 0, 5. Then
Zero
we.
name.
Oh yes. Oh, that's right. I'm that. Yeah. C0 name. Let's. Yep. I hope this works. C0 name.
Yeah.
And good in quotes. Okay, that's it, right? Let's
Yeah, and then
comment these out.
And then see if you can choose Vegeta as player 0. Okay. So far, so good. Yeah, Max liked the title screen. Thought it was pretty nice. He liked the music. He liked the way it went. He liked all the sounds. He was really liking all the sounds. Yeah, everything.
Oh no. Nope. I was worried. That's what I was worried about.
Name and the good maybe, and just do
Yeah.
the first 3.
I agree.
Maybe try it with the good still and see if the good works because it's blue.
Maybe let's try. Let's see. Let's get. It might. I think it might be one of these things where it doesn't like. I saw a little note about the fact that it doesn't like circular definitions. So if you're referring to something that refers to something else and it loops back, it gets confused. So it may not like the fact. The one it may not like is the C0 name.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but let's just try it like this and make sure. Okay, well that's better.
See if you can go sparking mode. If it turns yellow.
Yeah, it should. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay.
What is that? Oh yeah, that's right. It's not out.
Oh, actually, wait.
Yeah, I wonder if you can put the good in there too.
Yeah, so let's get rid of this name.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize I was still in there.
Yeah, I didn't either. Forgot. Okay, and comma good, right?
Yeah, and then it's gotta be
comment that one out.
Yeah, let's see if you can still go sparking. That would be pretty huge if you can do 4, but if not, it's still huge just do 3.
Yeah, exactly. Anything we get back just buys us a little wiggle room, so it's all good.
That should buy us a fair amount. I think it would be like 2 tokens per section. There's 48. It's almost 100 tokens.
So far, so good.
Yes.
Let's just, yeah, looks fine. I think it's fine. It just didn't like this one.
Can you go sparking mode? Because that just changes that sparking type thing, changes your aura to the yellow. That's what the good does.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Let's check it.
Yeah, if it still turns 0, then we can do that.
If it doesn't work, who knows what wackadoodle behavior we'll get. It's that one. Yeah, right. Who knows? Okay, so player 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Awesome.
Everything but the name.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I'll come back and clean this up here, and let's just blaze forward and do this.
Yeah.
That.
sick. That's huge.
That.
Yeah, this is going to be such a big section. It'll down.
That. And skip the name.
Yep.
And charging type. Or sparking type.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I got to go grab some.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, 06, 09, 010, and good. Ooh. 06, 09, 10, and good. Comment out that, 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 and that. Okay, 11, 14, 15, and good. 11, 14, 15, and good. What I think I can do, because these variables are all the same, right? P0 sprite, charging sprite 1. Yeah, I can just copy this whole thing.
Okay, yeah.
Save myself a little typing here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, they are the same. That's cool.
Okay, so we've got 33, 36, 37, and bad. 33, 36, 37, and bad. Oops,
Yep.
bad. Bad to the bone.
Bad to the bone. I haven't heard that song in a minute.
George Thorogood.
Bad to the bone.
Okay, 38, 41, 42, and good. 38, 41, 42, and good. 38, okay, looks good. We're getting a lot of tokens back, look.
We are. Yeah, this is going to be a huge area.
I mean, even just having 100 tokens to work with will be great. You know, we'll have more than that, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we're right about there. We're on the cusp of 100 back.
Okay, 43, 46, 47, and bad. 43, 46, 47, and bad. I hate having to do this really because I like it more readable, like this one thing on a line, but it's just the nature of the beast, you know?
Yep.
What do you do?
Yeah, same. It's cool that you can rewrite it like this and save so many tokens. It's not like taking out any words, it's just putting it on less lines. It saves you tokens. It's cool.
17, 20, 21, and good. 17, 20, 21, and good. Yeah, it's actually going to get us quite a few tokens back. This is great.
Yeah, it's going to get us a huge amount. Yeah, so it's 6 per section that we do, and there's 48 sections.
Right. Okay, 22, 25, 26, and good. 22, 25, 26, and good.
Nice.
I'm so proud of our game.
Same.
Okay, 27, 30, 31, and good. 27, 30, 31, and good. When we get to player 1, we just have to make sure we switch the variable names to player 1.
Yep.
Okay, 49, 52, 53, and bad. 49, 52, 53, and bad. 54, 57, 58, and good. 54, 57, 58, and good. Yeah, the more tokens we free up, the more optimistic I am I can figure out what to do with the title screen. So 59, 62, 63, and bad. 59, 62, 63, and bad.
I think we might be like back under 8,000-ish.
No.
Which is pretty awesome.
It will be awesome. We are wizards.
We are.
65, 68, 69, and bad. 65, 68, 69, and bad. Okay, 70, 73, 74, and good. 70, 73, 74, and good. This is time well spent.
Yeah, we're 80, 72 now. Awesome.
Okay, 75, 78, 79, and good. 75, 78, 79, and good. $97, 100, 101, and bad. 97, 100, 101, and bad. Doesn't seem like much when you do it over and over. It really adds up, though, you know?
It really does. Yeah, because there's 24 characters, and we did that twice for each character. Literally 48 times in here. It's repeated.
102, 105, 106, and bad. 102, 105, 106, and bad.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast it all built up.
107, 110, 111, and bad. 107, 110, 111, and bad. Look good?
Yep. So far, so good.
I'm glad we're essentially done with the game, because if I wouldn't want to do this while we were still actively working on adding features and whatnot. It's just, it would be much, much harder to keep track of visually.
Yeah, I agree.
81, 84, 85, and good. 81, 84, 85, and good. That's right, our environment's about to change when we start working on the next game. Okay,
Yeah, I'm so excited to see it.
Yeah, I am too. I can't wait to just start thinking about it. I know I've been holding off and kind of spilling the beans a little bit, but it's just I want to get this done, and then I'm laser focused on getting this done.
Yeah, I think that's the right idea. Yeah, focus on this one, get it done,
and
then the next one.
86, 89, 90, and good. 86, 89, 90, and good. Right?
Yep.
Yep. Woo! 91, 94, 95, and good. 91, 94, 95, and good. $113, $116, $117, and bad. $113, $116, $117, and bad. 118, 121, 122, and bad. 118, 121, 122, and bad. Bad to the bone.
Bad. When I used to work at Six Flags, that song, just a little bit of it, just the chorus used to come on
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the games I used to play. All it makes me think of now is that one.
That's a great, yeah, I like George Thorogood and the Destroyers, yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
120,
Yeah, that song's so fun.
123, 120, okay. 123, 126, 127, it was bad, right? Yeah, bad. Yeah. All right, now we need to do the same thing, but for player 1 down here.
That's awesome.
Okay, so let's paste this in. Let's go in and make sure. So it's P1 sprite. That looks good. P1 charging sprite 1. Yep. P1 charging sprite 2.
P1 sparking 2.
And then preemptively, I'm going to go ahead and copy this.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's do the same thing. 0, 1, 0, 4, 0, 5, and good. 0, 1, 0, 4, 0, 5, and good.
Yeah, I think we're going to be under 8,000 again.
That's awesome.
At the end. That's super.
Because it seems like a little thing adding that little animation, but it is going to take quite a few tokens because we're going to have to do the timing. We're going to have to make sure we keep the loop going. The loops, the two sprites, and there's actually a few little moving. And we got to make sure everything else on the screen stays put. So we'll have to do a little. There's a little more to think through than it looks like at a glance. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, it is a little complicated. I remember how it was to make the two characters move in.
Yeah, exactly.
Hitting each other to kind of trigger going to the next screen too. So I don't understand all the way.
Okay. 0, 6, 0, 9, 10, and good. 0, 6, 0, 9, 10, and good. We'll figure it out, though. You know me.
Yes. Yeah, I have so much faith in it.
I'm glad. 11, 14, 15, and good.
Yeah, that's the last thing. I haven't thought of anything else I want to add so far. Just that
good.
last animation.
We'll add this. We'll add this. We'll fix that sound effect. We'll maybe fix the one bug with the explosions. Maybe that's still a question mark for me. And then we'll be done. And then we can start promoting it.
Playtest and formatting is the only other thing.
Exactly.
Playtest and freaking send it out there. It's done. Work on the next game.
So 33, 36, 37, and bad. And then we can have some fun. We'll do a little. I'll do a little show and tell on some of my inspirations for my game idea, and we can start brainstorming together.
Yeah, we should stream all that too.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah. Well, you'll see why I say maybe, but yeah. But we should. Yeah, I think we're in safe territory. You'll see there's a couple direct inspirations, and I think it's one of those things like it's fine. No one will ever notice or care.
Especially if it's older, there's like a...
It's basically abandonware,
Yeah, if something's been out in the world long enough, then...
Well, it's not...
25 years or something.
Well, it's longer than that for public domain, usually. Yeah.
Public domain, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. The public
You're thinking more like 75 years, yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
Or 90 in the cases of some things, 90-something, 95 for some things.
Oh, dang.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's way longer than I was thinking.
Yeah. Let's see, 38, 41, 42, and good. 38, 41, 42, and good. 42, the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. You ever read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the books?
I can't remember if I have.
You would remember.
If I when I was really like not into reading. Like I'm such a struggle with reading sometimes. But now I do audiobooks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely should listen to that one. I've heard so much about that one. Yeah, I struggle with like reading comprehension. So like when I'm looking in my head, the words just don't combine sometimes. To get a picture or understand what they're talking about for some reason. But if somebody else reads it to me, it's like way easier. Like they're just telling me a story and I can understand it. It's such a weird thing. The way the brains work.
17, 20, 21, and good. 17, 20, 21, and good.
Nice. Yeah, I was always more of a numbers person.
You know, it's interesting because I'm really both. I've always been a reader. My mom read to me for hours and hours every day when I was a kid. I've loved books my whole life. I like literature, I like poetry, I like philosophy, and yet at the same time, I'm a logic guy, and I like programming and math and logic. I really am the intersection of both abilities, which is rare. I know it's rare. You know, my own work working with students as a teacher shows that it's rare. Like people just fall into one of the other categories usually.
They really do, yeah. It was one of those areas I always was like, no, I can be good at reading someday. I'm just like blocking it, but yeah, I always have struggled with it. When I found audiobooks, it changed everything. I was like, oh, maybe I don't hate books. I just don't understand reading for some reason. I have problems with comprehending what I'm reading. But when I listen to books, I enjoy them. And I understand them, which is big.
27, 30, 31, and good. 27, 30, 31, good. This is time well spent. Look how many tokens we're getting back.
Yeah. We are going to be under 8,000, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. This is awesome. Yeah, this was such a big section.
I just want to make sure I didn't miss 27, 30, 31. Good. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm watching too. So
oh, good.
You know if I see it.
49, 52, 53, and bad. 49, 52, 53, and bad.
I haven't noticed any typos or mistakes so far.
54, 57, 58, and good. Nice.
So exciting.
59, 62, 63, and bad. 59, 62, 63, and bad. Who's bad?
Who's bad? Yeah, I'm really.
Child of the 80s, sorry, you know.
Great, I love Michael Jackson.
I remember the day Michael Jackson died. I remember being at work in my office in Appley, and people were walking around going, Michael, Michael Jackson died? What? It's one of those larger-than-life figures. You just sort of think, you know, train wreck on the one hand, but on the other hand, you're like, how could they're so superhuman as to be immortal, you know?
Oh, exactly. What's crazy is I was so young. I was a kid. It was like my first time hearing of Michael Jackson. I was at Red Lobster eating.
Oh, really?
Like talking about Michael Jackson being dead, and we went home and watched that. He was producing that new movie, and we watched it, Experience or whatever. And I like love with Michael Jackson, and just like had a whole Michael Jackson like couple of months where I was like all I wanted to listen to was Michael Jackson songs. Yeah, I found out about him the day he died, basically. I was so little.
Yeah. How old are you again?
I'm 30.
Oh yeah, see, so I always forget I've got 17 years on you. I mean, it's, you know.
Yeah, I just turned 30 this year.
We've been working so close together. We're just, you know, I think we're intellectual peers, so I don't pay attention to our age difference. You know what I mean?
Same. Yeah, and I've always gotten along with older people too. Like, yeah, something more grounding, more patience, I think, too.
Well, I think, you know, it's hard because I want to say, on the one hand, life gets easier because you just take things in stride a little more. And you see the finitude of things. You know, you've seen, I've lost count of the people I've known that have died, and it just doesn't surprise me anymore. On the other hand, it's like, it doesn't actually get any easier. Like, the same challenges just keep coming up. Like, this is a difficult society to live in for a lot of reasons. And it doesn't get any easier as you get older.
Yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully we can make it easier for the next generation.
Hopefully.
Ultimate goal.
And you never know, we're going to be such awesome video game makers that maybe we'll be able to capitalize on this a little bit and breathe a little easier in life. That'd be nice.
I can't think of a time where I was playing games as a kid and it was a bad moment. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
If I was having a bad day, I normally would play a video game and it made my day brighter and better. I always enjoyed those moments, even though parents were like, "You can play games forever," you know. They were like, "You get 2 hours a day on TV." So pick what you do. I'd play video games.
Mm-hmm.
I love video games, and they're like a solace. And I think that is like a nice escape, and in a good way too, because you're engaging in your imagination and solving puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, all the research shows that video games correlate strongly with problem-solving ability. So,
yeah.
I mean, they're, you know, super violent video games may fall into a separate category, but, you know, on the whole,
Yeah.
you know, the video gamers are the kinds of people that will plow through problems and figure it out, you know.
Yeah.
That's what we do in games, you know.
Exactly. And those older games, too, there was no, you know,
Yeah.
remorse. Oh, whatever it is. Yeah, they were just like giving you the hardest problems ever, and then
Mm-hmm.
you lose, you're level 1, and there's no way to save in a lot of them, and they were hard.
Yeah,
But
just
I
the sheer
love them.
tenacity of it, you know. It's good, builds character.
It does.
86, 89, 90, and good. 86, 89, 90, and good. Now, after we do this, we'll of course want to test to make sure we haven't made any mistakes. We'll want to like start the game with every character and just make sure that all the sprites are showing up where they should be and whatnot.
I told Andy when we play test, I wanted to try both of us playing as every single character, try all the different combinations of things we could think of, and leave the game running for a long time, like not restarting the game every time between fights, like keep on.
We just never know what kind of emergent weirdness we've introduced if we've made a mistake somewhere, so.
Exactly. So I want to I told him I'd like to try to go for a couple of hours, so he's going to do his best. He does have like a little bit of, like, he likes to mix things up more.
Yeah.
He doesn't stay on one thing, and he's always like, he'll be playing a game and listening to podcasts at the same time.
Oh, really? You know, I am a terrible multitasker, and I might have mentioned this before, but I've had people ask me, because I've done a lot of things. I've done, you know, I was a ham radio operator, I did podcasting, I don't know, I just do hobbies. I get things done, and I'm always making things, and people have asked me, how have you managed to keep a normal life and get all these things done? And my answer is actually really simple. I'm a terrible multitasker. If I try to multitask, I do nothing well. If I just do one thing at a time and focus on it, I can get shit done, check things off the list, and then we move on to the next thing. And that's how I get things done.
Yeah, I agree a lot. Yeah, I'd like to just focus on one thing at a time most of the time. But yeah, Andy, it like calms him down to have like a podcast playing in his headphones.
I can't do that.
Some sort of monotone speech, he says. He likes, and it's like documentaries and stuff.
Well, you know, one thing I've learned about myself, and I didn't used to realize this, when I realized it made so much sense. There's a category of people called hypersensitive people. Are you familiar with that concept? They're just people that are just really sensitive to background noises and crowds and too much sensory input. And I'm like that a bit. I'm not extremely, but a lot. Like if there's too much sensory input, my brain just goes shut down, and I just want to go be by myself. And I can't have three things going at once. I just get sensory overload. My brain just goes, nope, I'm not doing anything. You know.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, that's why you're so good at. When you're focused, you're able to do all the stuff. Yeah, that's why I felt so confident in this mission. I was like, nope, I feel the vibe. If you're serious, then this game's gonna be awesome. Here we are.
That's it. That's the last one.
Nice.
Okay, let's just make sure the game still runs first of all, and it does. Okay.
Random characters from the
yeah, and we'll test the heck out of it. But right now, let's just move on and let's just go that one, and I don't know, that one.
It's all working so far, and then it's all in their charging stuff. Okay, that looks right.
Yeah, I think it's going to be rock solid. I was pretty careful.
And this has a bad character and a good character. Yep, that's correct. Yeah, I was watching the whole time. I didn't see any typos or anything like that happen.
Nice.
Both of them are correct.
Love it.
Yep.
Well, in that case, I guess we can just delete our extra stuff here.
I agree. I was going to say the same. Should we do the P0 winner sprite?
No, because these ones that refer to other variables seem to be causing problem. I think if we absolutely need to, let's circle back, but let's not do that.
I see.
Oop. Yeah, okay. So be careful here. These indents are pretty, so I'm trying to keep them the way they are, you know?
I think if you select it from if you highlight from the P of the player 1 name and then drag it up, yeah, if you
like that
it from there, I think if you
no.
If you actually grab it from the P and not from the space in front.
Oh really? We won't delete the P?
No.
It does.
Oh, it did delete the P.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll just go slow. It's all good. Yeah, this is fine.
I thought it didn't when I was doing it on my computer. Weird.
Yeah, this is working fine.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm glad that worked. And we were able to do 4. I wasn't sure if we'd be able to do the good or not. Or the sparking type.
Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting. I really have spent most of my life with people who are older than me. Most of them are 10 years. Max is 9 years older than me. In most places I've worked, anywhere that I actually enjoyed it, people were all older than me.
Well, in my experience in recent years is that most people who are younger than I am, like in their, your age, frankly, most people, not you, but most people seem to just be really immature in their workplace sensibilities. They just don't have a sense of professionalism, and it's partly the age, and I think it's partly generational. There's something interesting about the kind of, millennial age that has some weird views about the workplace in my mind. So, yeah, but maybe that's just me getting old. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, we've had such different experiences.
Yeah, exactly, right.
And generations, and yeah, how the view of working is.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on where we're working. If we're working somewhere we want to be working.
Right, that's true. Mm-hmm.
But if we're being forced into a job to get money, then it's not great. We want to be working at something, and if we're like working hard somewhere and we're still not getting enough to make the money, that's what I'm noticing.
Yeah, and I guess it's interesting because my mom was a single waitress, and so it was just we just didn't have any money, so it was just like you just work to get money, and it's like if I wanted a car, I had to get a job, and if I wanted to pay for college, I had to get a job, and it was just a given. You just work. But I have a tendency to work at places for a long time as well. So even, like I worked at as a teenager, I worked at a coffee shop in my hometown for 2 years. And then I worked at Radio Shack to put myself through college from the time I was the beginning of my senior year of high school until I left for grad school. And so I just stay at places a long time and you get in a rhythm, get in a routine and, learn to work hard, but get enough to be comfortable with the place and make it my own,
Yeah, I guess that's the thing is they are all working pretty hard everywhere, but they're not making enough to like get their own place. Like they're all.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can't afford to get my own place.
All their cars are breaking, and they're all sick, can't afford to go anywhere, and they're all like super stressed. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, these are really stressful times. So. And also, I also just think the kind of existential angst of our country falling apart around us, is causing a lot of subconscious anxiety that, in addition to the proximate causes of our anxiety,
Yeah, but really, everybody I know my age range is sharing an apartment right now.
Right. Well, you have to, yeah. I mean,
yeah, they're all. together.
I used to own a house, and there's no way Susan and I can buy a house right now. So
Yeah. Yeah, the only people who are like on their own are people who are in relationships mostly. They'll like be in an apartment by themselves, and
right.
other than that, friends all room up together and they split rent somewhere. But then most of them are like people who are just, janking each other around. Like somebody's not paying rent one month, and
Mm-hmm.
then somebody for the whole thing, and then like chore charts and stuff.
Oh
It's
wow,
like,
that's
it's all
funny.
like so funny watching them. Yeah, after being in the Marine Corps and all the things I was doing there, watching the way they operate sometimes, so silly to me. But I just tell them and help them, tell them what I would do. Yeah, one of my friends, he was the tenant, like the landlord, and
Mm-hmm.
basically it was his. He was the only one on the lease by name,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a roommate who was not on the lease, and she like went on this month-long vacation and redid the chore chart while he
Oh
wasn't
wow.
home for him to do all the chores the week before her vacation and during her vacation, and then he would have it right after her vacation too. And she did it. She planned it out to where he didn't know, so she had him do the chores going up until her vacation, and then she left on the day she was supposed to start doing chores.
You know, it's funny. I actually kind of like. I really didn't get that kind of lifestyle, just partly because of my choices. Like I went to college and I didn't like living in the dorms. I did it one semester. Said this is not for me. I was just too serious, and I was there to study. And I didn't come as a freshman. I came as a junior. So I hated the dorms. I moved back home, and I drove to college, and then I started grad school, and I did have a couple of roommates in the grad student housing, but they actually moved out pretty quickly. Cause I got a couple Chinese roommates my first year of grad school, and then they had husbands, and they moved out with their husbands, a couple months into the game. So I had a whole place to myself, and then I got married, and my wife and I figured out, how to run the household. I didn't have to kind of navigate the roommate scene very much. You know what I mean?
Cool. I had a lot of roommates throughout the
Yeah,
Marine Corps. Not
I would
many,
expect so. Yeah.
small amount. Yeah, they ended up like once you get it to a certain rank, they'd stop switching you around as much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so at that point, I was like more solid, and then I ended up getting
Did you do
lived on
Did you
my.
do 4 years in the Marines, or what did you do?
It was 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, just because my schooling was longer.
Uh huh.
It was like the
Yeah.
contract was a little bit longer, but it's technically most contracts are 8 years, where it's
Oh,
5 years active duty and then 3 years inactive.
gotcha.
Basically, like they could call me back, but
Mm-hmm.
it was like extremely unlikely, and I didn't have to adhere to any of the regulations. I could start growing my beard. I didn't have to go check
Oh,
in
good.
anywhere or anybody
That's
for
good.
those inactive years. So it was like I was still technically in the Marines, and there was still like a part of me that was always anxious they were going to call,
Oh yeah,
and I
yeah.
was gonna answer, and I didn't want to.
But that's all done
So
there. You're done with that.
yep, all done now. I don't have any connection, no contracts. I'm finished and through.
Nice. All right,
Yes.
there we go.
Let's go.
Let's save our work.
Yes. Good idea.
Okay. All right, look at us. We have 222 tokens to work with.
Holy crap. Yeah.
Let's before we move on, let's just skim a little bit and see if there's any obvious place we can do the same thing. We did all this. I mean, there's little things like this. These two values are true. There's a bit more if we need it. Not a whole bunch more, but a little bit more. Like here, we could do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at this. We can consolidate the heck out of this. Look.
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
This might be one where you can copy and paste the whole line again too.
I think so. Okay, so that was Sprite 2. And we have Kai Explosion Sprite 1.
1 through 4.
Kai Explosion Sprite 2. Kai Explosion Sprite 3. high explosion sprite 4. Equals. Okay, 196, 197, 198. I gotta remember all these. 196, 197, 198. I'll do them in batches of 3. 196, 197. Yeah, they do, don't they? 199, 200, 201. They may or may not all be like that. I can't remember. I think they are actually.
These ones are just coming straight up. 201 is the last one.
All right, tokens. Check it out. All right, so let's copy this. Everything up to including the equal sign. Yeah, 'cause it's the same thing, right? It's all exactly the same stuff. Okay, 212. Yep, 212 through 217.
17, yeah.
212, 213, 214, 215, 216, and 217. Nice. Okay, 228 to 233. And we're getting so many tokens back, I love it. 244 to 249. 244. 248, 249. We're still on P0.
Yep.
202 to 207. Mm-hmm. Okay, 218 to 223. Looks good. Okay, 234 to 239. $250 to $255. Looks good. Oh no, 250, 251 typo there. Okay, good. All right, on to player 1. Still there?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to change all this to player 1. Player 1. Player 1. Player 1. Player 1. Player 1 and wait, I get them all? Player 1, player 1. Yep, explosion sprite 1, explosion sprite 2, explosion sprite 3. Yep, okay. So 196 to 201. Oh, I gotta copy that.
Mhm.
212 to 217. Ah, look at all these tokens coming back. I'm so happy. $228 to $233. Oops, 232, 233. Looks good. $244 to $249. $202 to $207. $218 to $223. $234 to $239. $250 to $255. And so same thing when you test it, you want to test all the Kai Blast colors and whatnot. So, but
Yeah, I'll be paying attention to that.
this should work. Let's just spot check it here.
All their auras, all the animations.
Yep, looks good, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So cool.
All right, let's clean up our work here. Yep, it's working. Changes the look of the code, though, doesn't it? I know I should have done this method from the beginning. It would have been so much easier with the names of the different sprites and stuff. Instead of the math nonsense. This would have been better. That's right, live and learn.
Yep. We know for next time. And the math method worked?
Yeah, it worked when it was simple. Yeah. Until we started adding more. It's like, oh crap, what do we do?
Yeah. There was one point where it started being an issue, but before that, it was very solid.
Okay. Let's just keep scrolling here.
Nice.
I mean, really, frankly, this little stuff can totally, you know, do the same thing. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It's just little stuff, but every little bit we get back, I think, really helps.
Yeah. There's that much more wiggle room.
Mm-hmm. I'm just doing the ones that make sense to combine, you know. For now, if we need this, there's more. We could, if we need a few more tokens, we could squeeze a few more out here, but I don't think we'll need to do that. All right, we're well under 7,900, so that's good. Just make sure our colors and our character selection screen look good. Yeah, it looks fine.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, let's delete those. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. There's more we could do here if we really had to, but I think we're fine. Let's save our work, and then let's see if we can make those Kai Blasts move.
Yay. Cool.
Oh yeah, save, fight, yes. Okay, let's let me just watch the beginning. So what's happening now, remember there's a counter going on behind the scenes that's telling us when all these animations are happening. Right? And so basically I think what we want to do is because basically we want everything else to stay, once it's on the screen we want it to stay there, right?
Yeah, we want everything to be the same, but whenever you press the A button,
that's when you want
that to trigger
and
the Kai Blast move.
And do you want them to go right to the center over the planet, or do you want them to explode when they hit the planet? How do you want it to function? What do you envision?
I want them to explode into each other in front of the planet and have their Kai Blast animation play, and then just go straight to the main screen.
You know what I think I'm going to do then?
No Kai Blast, or maybe no Kai Blast animation, just have them hit each other and then go to the next screen. I wasn't sure what would...
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I want it to be kind of quick, but it like trigger movement whenever you press the A button.
What I think I can do, I've been thinking about how to do this because we've got a counter going behind the scenes. I think what I want to do is after all the animations up till this point are done, I think I'm going to, when all of them are done, I think I'm going to have another variable that switches on, something like, title animation complete, true or false, whatever, doesn't matter what we call it. And then when it's, and I'll say, so right now it's basically saying if the counter hits a certain value, then display the text or the animation or the sprites or whatever. I think what I'm going to do is basically add an or statement. So if the timer's at a certain point or the animations are complete, then show everything. That way, when all the animation is done, it'll just continue to show all the animations, and we can just code around the little Kai Blast independently. And I think that'll work. Something like that should work.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Let's go look at it and see what we can... Okay, player fly in. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Kai Blast. Or maybe we could... Well, let me think. Auras, Kai Blasts. Yeah. Let me think here for a minute. I guess what I'm thinking is right now we have all these if-then statements. If the title counters a certain value, then display the things. And I could say if all those things or the animations are complete. And if the animations are complete, everything else should stay put. And then we can come down to the well, actually, wait a minute here. So yeah, this counter just runs between 0 and what, 600, I think we put? I forget what we set it at. Something arbitrary. It doesn't even need to be that high, probably.
Yeah, and we're only in like the 200s. What if we moved it to where when you press A, it doesn't, because we're still on the counter, it doesn't move you to the next screen, because right now we have press A, screen equals 1.
Yeah, so that'll need to change. Yeah.
Yeah, we move that down in the timeline so it doesn't happen when you press A. It happens like maybe
after the animation's done. Yeah.
Yeah, just another 20 seconds after.
Right.
And then we just do the Kai Blast similar to how we did the character movement.
So I think what I need to do, I'm gonna add a new variable here, title screen variables. Let's call this title screen animations complete. For lack of a better, it's an ugly variable, isn't it? And we're going to set it to false. Actually, let's just call it animations complete. Okay, so I think what we need to do is basically, if the title counter is over 35 or the animations are complete, then leave everything the same. Then the only thing we need to worry about changing is the Kai Blasts, because everything else will just stay put no matter what's happening with the timer.
Yeah, but why are they moving without that?
What's that?
I guess I'm not sure what this is.
Yeah, so the problem I need to be able to say, because I want to be, I'm gonna have to be able to mess with the Kai Blast independently of this other stuff. I need everything else to stay on the screen while I'm messing with the Kai Blast. So right now, and I don't.
Same as the characters.
What's that?
Why can't we move them the same way we move the characters?
Because it's all contingent on hitting that button first, so it's not tied to the timer anymore. So I need some other way of keeping them on the screen besides the timer.
Thank you. Yeah, it's because of the button pressing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, because pressing the button, it's not supposed to move to the screen. It's supposed to just make those Kai Blasts. Well, it does both, but on a timeline. Yeah, it moves the Kai Blast and then goes to the next screen.
Yeah, I think this would be an easy way to do it, because I can basically say leave everything on the screen, and then when the button is pressed, we can do whatever we want, and everything else will just stay on the screen until we change the change the screen number. I think this will work. And it's good we cleared up some tokens. Oh, an extra space in there. There we go. Okay, so the players fly in. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, the player fly-in functions differently, doesn't it?
Yeah, they like moved in.
Right, but then that's done, and then they end up staying on the screen right here. So so this is fine, I believe. I think we need to add that little thing right here. Yeah. Yep. If all of this and the other thing, or animations complete equals true, then the players will stay put. Because we don't want them to stay put while, we want them to fly in and then stay put.
Yes.
Oh, and same thing here, right? Okay, hold on. If title counter is greater than 190 and title counter is less than 2 or equal to 210, or okay. These are still the players, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have to get a little tricky here. So this, actually maybe, no, it's okay. That and that, or title counter is greater than 245, or animations complete equals true. Okay, auras. Hope I didn't mess this all up big time. That's okay. Okay. Oh yeah, this is when the auras change, right? Okay. Oh wait. No, that's not going to work because the auras change. Right. Okay. So yeah, this needs to go away because this is the first stage of the auras. We want that to happen according to the timer, right? And then the second stage of the auras, we want it to persist once the animations are all done.
Yeah, the red and yellow.
Animations complete. Okay. Same thing here. Or
I just thought of this. We can add in their sound effects too for player 0 and player 1. when it happens. So you press A and those sound effects play.
Yeah, let's think about that in a minute.
Yeah, it just popped in my head just now.
Okay, Kai Blast. So they happen when it's greater than 280. I'm regretting, part of me is regretting this timer thing a little bit, but that's okay. We'll make it work.
I like it.
Let me think. Actually, no. Now that I'm starting to work on this, I wonder if I'm doing it too complicated of a way, because we could just have variables that track the X position of those Kai blasts, and then when we hit the button, we could just start a loop that changes the X position, and then then all we need to do is change the screen when that loop is done. That might be a lot easier.
Yeah, I was wondering why we couldn't, have the
Yeah.
pressing of just trigger it, just those two Kai blasts moving towards each other, and why that would move anything else really, and just keep going with the
Yeah,
same, keep going on the same timer, and whenever the Kai blasts hit each other, and that moment.
Yep, I think that's what I'm going to
Point.
do. But I now need to have some variables for tracking the X position of those Kai blasts. Right now, they're just...
Is that like the left X and right X thing
Yeah.
that you've done?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I think that this way was also making sense, though. Well, but I think that this other way might be shorter.
Yeah, this way I probably could have figured it out, but...
Yeah, I think we can just fit it into the timeline. And just move the Kai blasts, similar to how we did the characters flying in.
Right.
Because there's two main events. There's you press the buttons and that triggers the Kai blast moving forward. And then the next main event is when the Kai blasts make contact, and that moves you to the next screen.
Right.
So there's two events. One triggers the motion and one triggers the next screen.
Kai blasts. Let's call it 0 and 1. 0x equals, and Kai blast 1x. equals. Now what we want to do, we want that value to be, where do they come on right now? We want to figure those out. Okay, so where are their x positions currently? So here's the someone's calling me. Oh, it's junk. Here is where the sprites are generated for the Kai Blasts. Right, so we've got 38 and 82.
Yeah.
Actually, we're calling them Kai 1 and Kai 2. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do that, Kai 1 and Kai 2. That's fine. Yeah, 38 and 82. $38, $82. We'll call this 1 and 2 just for... Okay. So let's come in and we'll plug those variables in here. Player fly-in, auras, Kai Blast. What do we call it? Sorry, I forgot the variable name. Kai Blast 1x, Kai Blast 2x. Kai Blast 1x. Kai Blast 2x. Okay, let's just, should still work exactly as it did before. Okay, perfect. So now I think after all this is done, oop, too far down. What happened here? Where am I? All right, so everything's fine until we hit the button. So when we hit the button, we need to start a loop that causes the Kai Blast variables to change, right?
Yes.
And we don't, and it's not in a grid, so we got to just kind of brute force it.
Yeah.
All right.
I need to move on the y-axis.
Right. So, and this sound effect. Okay, so I think what we want to do.
Each other, or when it moves to the screen. Yeah, it means to play when it moves to screen 1 still.
Yeah. So right here is where we're going to be adding some new stuff, and I think this will actually be really easy now that I've been talking it through. I think I started doing it the hard way, and I think this way is going to be easier. We basically need a loop. So we need to kind of figure out where we want the Kai Blast to end up.
Right in the center, in front of the planet.
So again, I know there's I'm overthinking this a little bit probably, but do you want them to explode next to each other? You don't want two explosions on top of each other. You want two explosions next to each other in the middle of the screen, right?
Yeah, right in front of the planet. So
right.
Frieza's Kai Blast will take up the right half of the planet, and Goku will take up the left half of the planet. They would explode. Yeah,
right.
They would collide right in front of the planet.
Got it. So what we need to do, we need to figure out where that is.
It would be the center of where we want.
Right, and that planet is 16 pixels wide. Yeah. So basically, we just need to, the left one just needs to be aligned with the left, with the coordinate of the planet.
Yeah.
So that'll be our benchmark. Let's find where the planet is here then.
Where's the planet? What is the center of that?
Well, not the center. We want the left side because everything's based on the top left pixel.
Oh, okay.
Player flying. Where's the planet?
I think it's from. Oh yeah, no, it's not.
Planet. Okay. 56.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's see. chi1x is going to be 56, and chi2x, that's going to be 8 pixels over. Right?
Yes.
And that'll align with the right side of the planet. So that's going to be 64. All right. This is simpler than it looks. On the other hand, I want to go slow and cautiously here. So where are our coordinates here? So we have to go from 38 to 56. So 56 minus 38. What is that? 18. And then we have to go from 82 to 64, which is also 18. So we basically have 18. We need to move those Chi blasts 18 pixels. Okay, I think I got an idea. Okay. Let me think. I want to look at my cheat sheet here. I always forget the for next loop syntax here. I'm so used to I've been doing retro programming almost every day between this. So I have to like, how the hell do you do a for next loop here? Okay, for I equals 1. Okay, so basically we needed to count 18 times. So let's just pick a totally. We just need to pick a variable name here for. I'd like something descriptive, but we can't call it Chi blast loop. We already have variables named that kind of thing. So just use A. for A equals 1 comma 18. Do, and I think we have an end statement there, right? Yep, okay. Chi blast 1x minus, let's see, no, we need to increase the one on the left, right? So plus equals 1. Chi blast 2x minus equals 1. Okay. I want to see what happens if we do that. This might actually just do it. I don't know. What I don't know is if the for next loop completes before it moves on to the next bit of code. Oh, wait a minute.
Because the screen next is playing at the same time. Still need to move it down the timeline still. Put a new title counter thing into it. Yeah, or you could comment out that screen equals 1 stuff, but
yeah, I think that's.
Move it down the timeline or create a new timeline within the press A button. That needs to happen a few moments afterwards.
Oh, they moved.
They did.
But what happened there? Hold on. I didn't get a good look at it.
Earlier, that's kind of cool.
They moved too fast.
They did really fast and they shot each other.
Wow, why did they end up way over there? Oh, I know, because wait, why did they end up way over there? It's only supposed to run 18 times. So why did they end up on the other side of the screen? Oh, because I keep hitting the button more than once, that's why.
Oh. Oh. There needs to be a limit. Can you make it to where you can only press it once? Press the one button and then that locks and you can't press it again?
I'm not sure. Hold on. Let's do well, maybe.
Yeah, we haven't needed that yet.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, you don't want them to be able to do anything after one button press. You want that one button press to lock controls. They don't need to be able to do anything else till they get to the next screen and the fight starts.
Let's change this to BTNP.
Nice. Yeah, that was the right spot.
But it's still too fast.
Yeah, it did go pretty quick, but yeah, it doesn't need to be much slower.
Actually, I've got a slightly different idea here. Let me just comment this out. I know I'm commenting a lot of things out. I'm just okay, I've got a new, what I'm going to do, we're in the initialization function. Draw title screen variables, function, press start. That way this just gets called once.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Okay, if chi blast 1x is greater than 38, then chi blast 1x minus equals 1. And if chi blast 2x is less than, no, wait, sorry, if it is, chi blast 1 is the one on the left, right? Yeah. So, sorry, my mistake. If it is less than, needs to end up at 56, right? Oh shit, what happened here? No, I wouldn't want to do that. Okay. It needs to end up at 56. So if it's less than 56, okay, yeah, this is better. Then we want to increase it by 1. If chi blast 2x is greater than 64, then chi blast 2x minus equals 1. And we could change this to like 0.5. We could slow it down very easily.
Oh.
We can do it half, we can decrease it by whatever increment we want.
Nice.
Okay. So let's come down here. Let's delete all this. Don't need that. Okay, so if the button is pressed, we're going to hit press, start. Okay. Okay. All right, so this is move Kai Blast. Then, after we move the Kai Blast, we want to trigger explosions, right?
Yes. Or at least I'm interested in that. Yeah, I think that would look cool, though, if it showed their explosions.
And so we need the Kai Blast to go away and the explosions to take their place. Right?
Yeah, we would.
This is rather complicated. You know, I knew this would be. It seems easy, but this is not.
Let's do it without the explosions first, I think, and then see if we feel like it needs explosions.
Okay, well, let's leave a little placeholder for it. And now let's say proceed to character.
You have to sit long after you've already pressed A. You already waited through the title screen. You pressed
A.
I don't want to get going. So, but I think that little bit of motion there, and then they make contact center and it moves on, could be cool. And then you see the Kai Blast explosion the whole time you're fighting. But it would also be cool to have it on there. So, either way. But I think, yeah, I'd like to see it without it first anyways.
Okay, hold on here. All right, so I have this variable called change screens equals false. And so it's only going to run this screen ahead. It's only going to change the screen when change screens equals true. So after these Kai blasts get to the right positions, then we just need to change screens to true.
Yes.
Okay, so I feel so ugly. I'm sure I'm doing this the hard way, but we have plenty of tokens. It's fine, I guess. We can always clean it up. Okay, if Kai Blast 1x equals, we want it to be at position number 56, right? Yep. And Kai Blast 2x equals 64, then now we want to change that to change screens equals true.
Yes.
Let's just run it and see what we get. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I'm on the right track or not, you know?
You are. Oh.
Oh, I have to hold the button for that to work, though. Okay.
Oh, I kind of love that actually. With the like,
No. Yeah, no.
way fewer times. If you had to press it like 4 or 5 times, that's kind of classic Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, so
Little
hold on. There's a problem here. What's the
I
problem?
can't. No, that's fine. Just the one button press. That'd be fun for a loading screen, though, if we did a Dragon Ball Z loading screen. Have to, like, crank the button and try to get your Kai Blast to hit theirs first.
Okay, what am I doing wrong here? I just want the button to trigger it. Oh, man, I don't know why this is so hard. I'm frustrated by this.
I'm kind of confused why it
Yeah,
not to
well,
moving it.
I'm not. I think it's only running this function when you're pressing that button. Damn, this should not be this hard. Okay.
We boosted the number from +1 to like +50.
No. There's just a problem. This just needs all this needs to do, I think, is okay. I know I'm commenting so many things out. Let's comment that out. Let's get rid of this for now. I'm on the right track. I knew this would be complicated given what we'd already made on the title screen. And it doesn't seem like it should be this complicated because it's not really harder than anything we've done up till now. But it does seem quite difficult. Okay. All right, let's go down here. When the button is pressed, we're trying to do too many things at once. We have this variable change screen. I don't want to use that. No. I don't like that. Change screens equals false. No. Give me a phrase like these Kai blasts they're doing what? I need to call this something. What's that?
Moving? They're moving? Moving Kai Blast? Or
Kai blast moving equals false. I like it. Kai blast moving. Okay, we can work with that. I can always change it. Okay, so when the button is pressed, we want Kai blasts moving to equal true now, right? Moving.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. Okay, Kai blasts. Okay, this is fine. This is if it's greater than 280. Okay, so let's come down here.
Did you do the press start thing, like a function to basically make it to where if you press A once, it like blocks the button, like you can't press it again?
Well, I think it's fine because all we're to, rather than changing the screens or any of that stuff. Oh, Susan says, "Hi, I love you. I love you too, my love." There you go. Hold on here. Did I just lost track of my if-thens here? If this one goes with this, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All I want the buttons to do is just trigger the moving. I don't want it to change the screens. I don't want it to do anything. I just want it to change the Kai Blast moving to true. And then I can, okay, and then I can say if the Kai Blast moving is true, then we can start doing our math. If Kai Blast 1x is, that's the one on the left, is less than 56, then...
Yeah, I think this is it.
Then we're going to say Kai Blast 1x plus equals 1. We might want to slow that down. We'll see.
Yeah.
If Kai Blast 2x is greater than 64, then Kai Blast 2x plus minus equals 1. All right, let's see what that does. Oh.
Other than end somewhere.
Done.
Oh, yep. Wait, there's still something else?
Yeah, I don't know. I've lost track of my if-thens. Or my ends, probably.
There might be an extra one or something.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see here. This one should go with the very end. This if should go with this end. This if should go with that end. This if should go with that end. Okay, so what's the problem? I don't see a problem here. Yeah, it's just the initialization function, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe something in a different section.
Maybe I needed one more end there. All right, that worked pretty well.
And then we just need them getting to that spot to trigger going to the next screen.
Yeah, that seemed a little slow, didn't it?
It did, yeah. They could definitely go faster, like double that.
Give me one second here. I need to use my calculator. Yeah, that'll work. Let's do 1.5. It's better.
Yeah, I couldn't tell all the way. Yeah, let's do 2.
I think it needs to be a little faster still. Still feels a little slow. We're getting there. Yeah, that's better.
Still feels like it could be slow. Maybe 2.5.
It's got to be divisible by...
Oh, I see.
Let's try 3.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I could fudge it. I can make anything happen.
Oh, no, that
Yeah,
was pretty good.
that was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then them getting to that spot triggers going to the next screen
Mm-hmm.
instead of the button
Well, we
press.
want the explosions, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they would probably look pretty cool. That means we got to make the. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
guess them getting there makes them go away and pulls up the explosion.
Right.
I don't know.
So, yep, we need variables for all this stuff.
Yeah. Despawning the Kai blasts.
Um, I feel like I'm just jury rigging this. Like, this is not. I don't feel like I'm being elegant at all in how I'm doing this, but
That's okay.
it is okay.
Yeah, hammer it in there and then we can just keep on polishing it. There.
If Chi Blast 1x equals, what did we say, 56? And Chi Blast 2x equals 64, then what do we call that? We call that tidal Chi explosions equals true. Okay. So basically, as soon as the explosions are true, we want the Chi blast to go away, right?
Yeah.
All right. So basically, wherever we're drawing the Chi blasts, we need to say we only need to draw those Chi blasts if the explosions is false. If the explosions is false, we draw the Chi blast. Explosions is true, we turn off the Chi blast, we draw the explosions.
Yes. And we want the explosions to be exactly where the Kai blasts
Yeah,
are.
that's easy. Yeah.
Cool. Display the explosion once and move to the next screen. Oh, I might need to make a sound effect for explosions. I forgot about that. I might need to do a sound effect for explosions. Like a little explosion sound effect.
Yeah, maybe.
Soft, little.
Okay, hold on.
That would be fun.
Chi blast. Okay, let's see here. So right here, basically we want to say if tidal Chi explosions equals false, then we want to draw these. Right?
Yes.
Else if tidal Chi explosions equals true, then
Oh, change the sprites.
change the sprites, exactly.
Do we need to make a new list?
Probably, yep. That's why we needed tokens to do this, you know.
I'm just noticing that. I'm like, oh,
Yep.
we need to
Mm-hmm. Yep.
do
Yeah, because all this is untied to what's happening in the regular game, and you know.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's cool though.
Let's copy this because we're in the right ballpark here. Okay. Okay, so we have title Chi1 sprite list. Okay. Where do we have all that stuff? Title explosion 1 sprite list equals, and title explosion 2 sprite list equals. All right, so which explosions do we use for the one on the left?
The gray one.
Gray one?
Yeah, the gray or white looking one. It'll be on the last page. I think.
This one right here?
Yeah. That guy.
Okay, so 220, 221, 222, and 223. I'll put the brackets around it here in a minute. And we might need to do the same trick we did up above to slow it down if we need to. We'll see. Okay, what about the ones on the right?
They're the red one.
Red one. This one right here?
That's going to look so good. Yep.
214, 215, 214 to 217. Okay. 214, 215, 216, 217. Well, at least we're making room for this. I mean, we're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, we still got 200 tokens.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we need this little, we need the thing that counts through the different, oh man, I don't know why my brain just turned to mush on this. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Actually, since they're going to be in sync, we only need one variable. Tidal explosions index. We don't need two of these. If tidal explosions index is less than, basically, yeah. Tidal Chi1 sprite. Okay, yeah, the number. It's the number of items in that list. Number of what was it? I'm scroll. I hate the scrolling in PICO-8. Tidal explosion 1 sprite list. Then okay. We come down here to where the Chi blasters. Okay, this needs to be now not the. God, what is it again? I already forget. I have no memory for this. Okay. Tidal explosion 1 sprite list. Tidal explosion 2 sprite list. And we want this to be tidal explosion index, is that right? Tidal explosions index. Tidal explosions index. I might just do the trick. Let's see how bad we fuck this up.
Ooh, close. That's the last image. It just didn't go away.
Or no, it doesn't need to go away. That
Just needs
triggers
to.
the next.
Yeah.
Look,
Let me just look at it more carefully here.
you might want to slow it down, like put in like
The
3 or
explosions?
4. Yeah, like put in double at least or triple it.
I think you're right. Let's do that. Hey, we're getting there.
Yeah, that was exciting.
So you want to double these up just like we did up above?
Yeah.
Or we could triple them. Yeah, let's start with double. So 220.
Yeah.
221. 222. And 223. And 214. 215. It's working! Woo!
It is so cool. We're using the new method.
Okay, I'm gonna. 1 second here. There we go. Okay, let's see how that looks.
Yes. I think I like that. I think we need to move it to the next screen to really tell.
Yeah. let's see here where we're at. Okay, yeah, this can go away. I don't need that. And all this stuff can go away. So I want to, we need this, so I can't.
Let's move that. That's what's happening.
Yeah, don't want to forget what we did to trigger it. Okay, Kai Blast. Okay, so let me just, I'm just going to paste it right here for the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of this. All right, we're so close.
We are. It's so cool. Yeah, then I need sound effects. I forgot. I do want to make a Kai Blast explosion like sound effect. One for player 0 and one for player 1. I'll do that too. 3 sound effects to make.
Okay, hold on here. I know this is getting a little convoluted and maybe it doesn't need to be this complicated, but so we want to make sure we can't just change the screen right here, because we want to make sure we draw, you know, because basically we're saying if it's less than this, then change it to +1. But we can't immediately then change the screen number because then we won't see the last frame of the animation.
You put if title explosion index equals like 4 or something, then do this.
I actually think what we need to do, let me think.
Or I guess it would be 8, not 4, because it's like a longer list now. Or 7.
No, I think what we need to do is do this. We want to make sure it goes through the entire cycle of 4 and then add 1 to that, and then if it's equal to one above the index, then we can move on.
Yeah.
Okay, I know this is going to be a little convoluted, but I think it'll help me keep track of, in my mind, of what I need to do. Title next screen equals false. Okay, so let's come down here. Else if title explosions index equals what do we call that? Title next screen. Title next screen equals true. Okay. Only after all of that can we move on to the next screen? Okay, hold on here. Guess that'll work. Let's try it. Sorry, I'm just thinking through this in my head here. Um, if title next screen equals true, then come down here and do all this stuff. See how we did. All right, so far so good. Hey, that's not terrible.
Nice. Yeah, I think that works.
I just want to double check and make sure I can't accidentally do anything I'm not intending to do here, but I think that worked, didn't it?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's working. Can we try 3 instead of 2 in the index?
For the explosion?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Let's try it.
See if it feels too slow.
So 220.
Nice.
221. An extra 222. And an extra 223. And an extra 214. And slow might be okay on the title, right? I mean, it's fine. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's we want people to see it, you know, and when you're playing, you just want it to happen and then go away so you can move on to the rest of the game. But
Exactly.
But on the title, a little slower, I think makes sense. So I think that's fine. Okay, I think that'll do it. Oh, wait a minute. What happened there? Hold on.
But I didn't see what went wrong.
I didn't either. Some didn't. Maybe it was just me jumping the gun. Yeah, I like it. I like it actually.
Right.
What's that?
Yeah, I said that seems right. Nice. Yeah, you can sit there as long as you
Actually,
want.
you know, it looks good. It feels good. The little sound effect, the little bloop, is actually kind of cute. You may not even need a separate sound effect for that.
I want to do the sound effect whenever you press A. I want to do their Kai Blast sound effects. And then it has the other bloop whenever it goes to the next screen, but I want to do the sound effect whenever you press
Do
A.
do we have a Kai Blast sound effect?
Yes.
Which one is it?
I don't remember the number, but we should be able to tell by sound. You can press the space bar to hear the sounds. No. You can still press the space bar. Oh, that might be one of them. Yeah, I think that's one of them.
Actually, you know what we can do? Let's just go
The
look.
code.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know why this stresses me out so much, but it's like this was really. I feel like this was really more of a challenge than I thought it would be to make that work.
That was more of a challenge than I thought it would be too. I forgot about I wasn't thinking about the explosion loop either. I was only thinking of it last moving. I wasn't thinking about adding the explosion. But I'm really glad we did it and it's working. It looks great. Yeah, it's a cool extra piece of candy just for fun.
Okay.
And yeah, now all I really want to do is crank out those sound effects and then tighten up formatting stuff and play test it.
Okay. Yep. Detect players. Okay. So Kai Blast. One of them is sound effect 3. The other is sound effect 2. 2 or 3.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought I remembered. Yeah, there he is. Yep, 2 and 3. And they're character dependent too, player dependent.
Yeah, but I think we just need to pick one for the title screen. Which one you like better?
That's Goku. Wait, play that one again. The deeper one, I think that one might be the higher one. I want the deeper one to be Frieza, actually. So 3 for Frieza and 2 for Goku.
Right, but on the title screen we can't have them both at the same time, can we? I mean, we could, but
We can. Actually, I think. Oh wait, yeah. It doesn't matter who is for what. Yeah, I think just play sound effect 2 and sound effects 3
together.
And they should play at the same time. Yeah.
And
And
okay,
sound effects at the same time. Music can only play one at a time.
right. Okay, well, let's try it.
Both sound effects at the same time. Like yeah, because you can do that during the fighting too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be better. Yeah, both sound effects just play at the same time. You don't know who's making which sound, but it will correlate to the Kai Blast being launched.
So right here.
Yes, sound effects 2, sound effects 3.
Doesn't matter which. Right.
Yeah,
Just like that, right?
yeah. Yes.
That works.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
I like it.
And then feel the whenever you actually press A. Like, oh, brink, moving on. And then it has a little animation. You get into the next. Yep, I like that. Sheesh.
Oops. End. Yeah, okay, this is all. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Clean that up next time. Well, let's save our work. That's pretty good.
Before we watch it one more time.
Yeah, definitely. I like it, actually. It looks good.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
It is. It looks good. It's actually really good.
Yeah,
I'm happy with it.
Now all we need to do is tighten this up the same method we've been doing. There's just a couple spots we made that we could bring it into the same line with this. Yeah.
Yeah, this right here.
Yeah, just a few things like that I think we can do in here. That. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I really like the explosions. I wasn't thinking about that.
But we got it working.
Yeah, it's working really well too. I like it slowed down like that. It looks really nice. Lets you take it in for a second and then it just boom. you're into the picture characters. Cool.
Yeah, that's it.
That wasn't much.
Hmm. I like it. Looks good.
I really like that.
That's nice.
Fun.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we can get rid of this. All right.
Well, I don't even formatting stuff. If you got anything you want, yeah, I need to make sound effects for the Kai Blast explosion, but that shouldn't take very many tokens to add in. You just have to put a SFX whatever's in like 3 or 4 spots, or maybe two spots.
You mean for the explosions like during the game or just for the title screen?
Both.
Gotcha, okay.
Whenever the explosion happens, I'm gonna do something similar to how the punch is. I think like some sort of undertones. It'll be like
Yeah.
soft, something subtle, and it shouldn't be abrasive.
Yeah, we just had to find the right place to insert it in the explosion loop code, or detecting the explosions whenever just happens whenever there's an explosion. Right, the moment it detects an explosion.
Exactly. Anytime an explosion happens, play this sound effect once.
Well, let's clean up some of our junk here.
Yeah.
This is junk.
Yep.
This is done. We added that comment, right? Yep, I did. Okay.
Yep.
This we're keeping just in case for now.
Keeping that for now.
Although I think it's better without it.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that I don't want the neutral to.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice idea, but just unnecessarily complicated.
Yeah, I think that having him yellow is making sense.
Okay.
And looking nice. At first, I didn't like it very much because his aura turned like a very dramatic gray in the show. But I think for this retro style video game, it makes sense to kind of do like a hard. Nope, they're either yellow or red.
All right, we got our Kai Blast done on the title screen.
Yes,
let's look into again. I'm kind of unsure about this one, so let's look at the Kai Blast explosions and see if it's a yes, we can fix that, or no, we're not going to fix that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think we probably can, but I really want to understand it first.
let's try.
Okay, so that's the loop. That's not where the position is happening. So we need to figure out. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, detect Kai Blast. Kai Blast animation loop. That's not it. Kai Blast loop. Wall code. Kai Blast explosion loop. Okay, we're in the right ballpark here. Okay, I'll get rid of those lines at some point. Okay, let me go back down. Okay, draw the Kai explosion. So that's a function. Let's go up and find that function up above and see if we can figure out why. So let's talk about how you want it to work. So as it is right now, let's get through the title screen, then let's just look at it. I like it. It looks good. Okay, so as it is right now, we Okay, that's interesting because it's happening. The Kai Blast impact happens. The explosion is happening there at spot. But if we come over here right next to it, it happens once. And if it's slow enough, it happens again. But why? I'm so confused about why it is working the way it is. That's why I'm inclined to think this maybe is just how it's going to be.
Where it only displays one Kai loop or one Kai Blast explosion at a time. And
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
Kai Blast at a time. Like if there's a Kai Blast explosion happening, it won't shoot the next Kai Blast or something. Like the next Kai Blast can't even spawn until the explosion loop ends.
I think that's right.
I just thought, yeah, something like that. We already have it where a new Kai Blast can't form until the old one's gone.
Right, exactly.
So we make it to where it also can't form until the Kai Blast explosion is over.
Right, so you can't just fire until the explosion's done.
Yeah, maybe that's all it needs to be. And then when you're up close, it'll have more of a delay still, which would be good. Instead of firing off like a bajillion 30 a second.
But do you want it to be able to rapid fire like that, or do you want it to have to go through the explosion before you can fire another one?
I like it going through the explosion before you fire another one, I think. Because it'll still be fast. It'll still be really fast. But it'll also have an explosion every time, which I think will feel better.
So again, this is like, I'm still in the not quite convinced I know how to fix this category, but let's see. Let's see if we can make some sense of it. If not, then it's fine. But if so, then we'll try.
Yeah, then that'd be cool.
This is like a no promises thing on this one. Okay. This is all title stuff. It's amazing how complicated of a game we've made. Okay, Kai Blast impact. Okay, if the Kai Blast is true, and the Kai Blast grid X is equal to the player grid X, and the Y is equal to the player 1 Y. Okay. So again, I'm just going slow to make sure I understand this. So the Kai Blast is true. Okay, the player 0 Kai Blast is at the exact same position as the player. Then an impact is true. We set the explosion to true. We set the grid X and grid Y of the explosion. We update the grid. We say if the impact is true and the Kai Blast is true, then we adjust all, yep, okay, then we adjust all the stuff. Okay, then we have an impact. Oh, yeah, okay, because this is player 1. Okay, same thing. Then we have the dual Kai Blast explosion, but that's not what we're talking about. Actually, out of curiosity, Let's get everyone charged up here. Just strange that it happens once, then doesn't happen after that. I don't know why.
And maybe the next Kai Blast hitting and starting the Kai Blast explosion loop is restarting it before it's able to start drawing it, basically. It's just happening so fast. It's not able to get it drawn in time. It just keeps restarting the loop the whole time you're up that close.
Where are the explosions drawn? Okay, draw P0 Chi explosion. Okay, if P0 Chi explosion is true.
Yeah, so maybe you can put some sort of lock on the Kai Blast that it can't happen unless the P0 Chi explosion equals false.
Yeah, maybe, but let me. I'm still just not understanding why the explosion is only happening once and then not happening again. It's almost like it's not being reset. I don't know.
It's because that first one has a bit of like a lag. Like you can press it once, but then it like lags for a second before it starts rapid firing. So maybe that first one just has more time to draw it, and then it starts rapid firing, and it's going too fast after that. It's like a boop, 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 boop. It takes that. It has a stutter at the beginning.
I may want to think about this one more between now and next time.
We put somewhere in here about the Kai Blast explosion being false before.
Yeah, you might be right.
If there's just some way to make those two linked, start the next one until that first cycle is completely finished. Like the Kai Blast isn't over until the Kai Blast explosion is over.
And does that make? I mean, again, maybe we're splitting hairs, and maybe no one will ever notice. But like, doesn't it make more sense to be able to fire one even when because the Kai Blast is done? It's just the explosion that you're seeing.
I think it does, but also with it being like a more retro style game, and also with how fast the explosion happens,
Okay.
I don't think we'll be able to really tell too much. But I think it'll fix that problem when you get up close. And there's already a thing like whenever you're far back, you can only shoot one real slow, and the closer you get, you can shoot them faster and faster because you have to wait for the one Kai explosion to despawn first. So I think it'll be fine to have that little bit. And then once you get closer, you won't be able to shoot as fast, but it'll only be a little bit slower, and you'll have an explosion for every Kai Blast.
Right.
But that explosion plays really fast in like a fraction of a second, so. Somewhere you had built some sort of a function to make it to where it only could shoot one Kai Blast at a time.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remind myself how it all works.
Yeah. if we link it.
Well, it's interesting because we actually start out the Kai Blast right where the player is, which is strange. Let me look at it. I don't want to mess with it too much. It's working pretty damn well, so.
Yeah. So cool. I really like that explosion, the Kai Blast explosion stuff on the skills. Looks so good.
Okay, so why is it... It's strange because it's we're setting the first value of if you look, we're setting the X position of the Kai Blast exactly where the player is, not adjacent to the player, but right where the player is.
Yeah, I wonder if we had tried other spots and
yeah, maybe
that was the one, right? And we were like, well, I guess it's that for some reason. I
But
don't
then,
remember.
But then what? Okay, so that's where the Kai Blast happens, and then we have the Kai Blast. Huh?
Oh, there. Yeah, I was wondering what the Kai blasting equals true did, but it's right there.
Then we have the Kai blasting loop. That's
Okay,
that's the one that changes the player animation.
Yeah,
the player sprite. We have the Kai blast loop.
Oh yeah.
Okay, hold on here. Yeah, it's interesting because it seems to be what's happening is that it starts out at the same exact position as the player, but then it immediately comes down here into the loop and adds 1 to it or subtracts 1 to it based on whether it's flipped or not. So by the time anything's drawn, the position's already been updated.
Maybe that's why.
Which could be why. I'm just thinking, I might want to think about this between now and next time. I don't think I have time or energy to think about this today, but it could be that what's happening is that works fine for when the players are far apart, but when they're next to each other, the player, it turns the Kai Blast on, the X position is set to where, I'm closing my eyes to like visualize, and then it sets the X position of the Kai Blast projectile to where the player is. It immediately adds 1 to it, and then it should detect an impact, though. So why is it not? But then that's what we're doing, checking for Kai Blast impacts. So why? And so if we come up here to look for Kai Blast impacts, why is it not? It's detecting it. It's just not drawing the. It's detecting them fine. It's working. It's just not drawing the explosions like we want it to.
Yes. Yeah, because you're getting the damage. The damage is working appropriately.
Right. So okay. So let's look at. I know this is so spread out. I got to scroll like crazy to find what I'm looking for. So I want to find the code that draws the Kai Blast explosions. Where is that? Farther up. Okay, why am I not finding it? I just gotta search for it from the name of the function down here. Draw P0 chi explosion. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so this is really a mind-bogglingly simple function. If the explosion is true, then draw the explosion. And it's working once, but why wouldn't it work again?
Would you put within the draw chi blast function, like if the drawing the impact or drawing the explosion is still active, then
Well, remember we had a problem with it not doing the full explosion. Remember, so. Okay, so if there's a chi blast impact, you set the explosion to true, and we start the loop counter for the explosion. Because we don't want a partial explosion, right? We want the whole explosion.
Yep, the whole explosion.
Okay, hold on. Let me play this again. Even if I don't fix it today, just playing with it helps me figure out what exactly is going wrong, you know?
Exactly.
That looks pretty good. I think we're done with the title screen. It looks good.
Same. Yeah, I think the title screen's finished.
Okay, so we're fine right here. Fine right here. That all feels pretty good. I got a charge here. I think you're right. I think we just need to make sure that you can only fire when the explosion's done.
Yeah.
That might solve the problem. It really might.
Yeah, I think if we build into like the chi blast, like when it draws the chi blast, then it can't be. If there's still an explosion happening, like the chi blast explosion has to be false to do this.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
And I think if we do that, then that might solve it.
Okay, so we have P0 chi explosion. That's the thing in question. I'm going to copy that. Okay, so let's go down to the chi blast code.
Yeah, either there or when we draw it.
Okay, so when is there a chi blast? So we've got a few conditions here. Okay, when one button is true and the other's false, and the chi blast is false, you're not already chi blasting, and there can't be an explosion. I think you're right. All we just need to do is...
Yeah.
Okay, hold on here. And... Oh, yeah, okay. Yep. We added all these other conditions here. Okay, help me remember where this is in case I fuck this up. And P0 chi explosion equals false. And all the other stuff.
Yeah, it can't happen. So in other words, it can't happen if the explosion is true, right?
And I'm going to go do the same thing on the other one. Yeah. And we'll see if that just fixes the problem in one fell swoop. If not, we need to undo what we just did.
Yeah, I think this will fix it and be more cohesive because it'll be like, oh yeah, every chi block.
If this fixes it, I will be so happy because that's everything on our list, you know.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that'll be so cool. I hadn't even. Yeah, that is the last thing.
Okay, so right here.
Yes.
Okay, and we need to change that to 1. Play 1 chi blast explosion. Right? Okay, Let's see how we did. Either it'll work or we really screwed it up, one or the other.
Fair. I love that.
Okay, so
Okay. No, it doesn't do flip up still. Weird. But it doesn't feel like it breaks anything anywhere else.
it did not fix it.
Didn't.
It didn't make it worse.
What if you back it one space? How does it feel if you're one space away?
Mm-hmm. That works just fine.
Nice, yeah, and that's what we want. Why is it not? It's not displaying the animation when it starts going that fast, because it's allowing it to go, even though because the explosion's not ever equal true for some reason. The explosion doesn't equal true when it's going that fast for some reason. It's got to be the case.
Well, at least we didn't mess anything up.
Yeah,
So
I like
it's
that better. I want that to be like that whenever we are that close. For some reason, it's not displaying the Kai Blast explosion when we're that close up and going that fast. I don't know. Yeah, that made me more confused on what. But it is an even more. Yeah, I think that's more of a bug than I realized.
right. Right. So that's why I suspected that it's a bigger bug than we realize.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, what the heck? Yeah, it's like it's not equaling true for some reason. Like for some reason, the explosion when we're up close is like, yeah, not getting to a case where it equals true. Or it's staying, yeah, or it's staying true. No, because if it was, because it should slow down the Kai Blast a lot. Like when you were one space away, it slowed everything down in a way that was fine. And if you get closer, it should still be at that slow pace. But it's not even drawing the explosion still.
That's why I'm not optimistic I'm going to fix this today, but I do want to be thinking about it. So let's just okay. So if the Kai Blast is true and P0 Kai Blast grid X equals the player 1 grid X, and the Y's are the same, okay, then impact is true, explosion is true. I see no reason why this shouldn't just draw an explosion every time, you know?
Yeah. Why is there a weird case when we're next to each other? Is something weird with the grid or something? Is it somehow emitting itself by being on top of each other or something?
So if the Kai Blast is true, this is the same thing. Yep, okay, just in reverse. That's fine. There's really nothing mysterious about this. The dual Kai Blast explosion, we had to figure that out. That took a little while. Remember that?
Yeah. I love it, though. That looks so good.
This just combines everything into one function. Hold on, let me... It's hard. There's so much going on. It's like, okay, the two players are next to each other.
Yeah.
Fire Kai Blast. It's working once. So it's all the positions are correct. It's just not...
Yeah, the first one, it's got to be drawing the Kai Blast, and then it's drawing the explosion loop,
But then the next one, it's not ever drawing the next explosion loop because that would slow it down if it drew the explosion loop. Yeah, it should slow it down again. It's not drawing the explosion. Yeah, I love our title screen right now. Why is it so on this side? It's overriding what we wrote or something. We wrote in there that it shouldn't do the next Sky Blast until the explosion loop ends.
Let's look at that explosion loop a little more carefully. Again, I don't know if I can figure this out today or not.
It's fine.
I might just, yeah, we got a lot done. And again, I always knew this one was like if we can figure it out. I barely got this working in the first place, so and it's fine. If we released it the way it is, the world wouldn't end.
Yeah. Not a terrible bug for our first game.
No, it's not. I mean, it's less buggy than like the original Metroid was.
Yeah.
There's some weird bugs in that game on the NES, and they still put a game out.
And it's still being sold.
Yeah, exactly. So this seems to be where the problem is. The explosion loop. Okay. Maybe. If the explosion is true, then if the loop is 0, we go to 1. If the loop is 1, we go to 2. If the loop is 2, we go to 3. If the loop is 3, we go to 4. If the loop is 4, we change the explosion back to false, and we reset the loop. Otherwise, if the explosion is false, then we reset the sprite, and the loop still stays at 0, which seems reasonable. It could be this right here, though. Let me think. So we fire, we set the explosion to true, we start this loop. I don't see any problem here, I really don't. It's like if the explosion's false, then we change the sprite back to the first sprite animation, which is what it should be if the explosion's false, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this seems to be working appropriately.
And if the
right.
Yeah, I don't see any problem. There's nothing here that would prevent it from being drawn.
Yeah. Unless it's not being, like drawn up enough, like called on enough. That's what I meant. Like called on enough for some reason. Like it's not getting called on in the right area, or something's overriding it getting called, or overriding it being.
Yeah, because we only set the loop back to the explosion back to false after the end of this loop. So the loop explosion is true. We'll go through this series of this 4-frame loop. Then we set the explosion back to false.
Yeah.
And if the explosion's false, we make sure the sprite is reset, and we set the loop back to 0.
Where all is it getting called to be true?
What? Where? What?
The kite. Yeah, the kite explosion.
Well, this isn't a function. This is just part of the game loop. So it's checking, it's basically said this is running all the time. It's checking to see if there's an explosion. If there is, then it runs all this stuff. If it's not, then it just skips all this and moves on. So this is being called every single frame of the game. It's not like a function even. It's just this if-then statement is happening every frame of the game.
Oh, okay. But where are we setting it to true, though?
Yeah, when there's an impact. So here under check for Chi Blast impacts. So let's find that. I know it's so nonlinear, it's hard to. Right here. Okay, so we're basically looking for right here, P0 Chi Blast impact. So if a Chi Blast is true, and everything lines up, we set the impact to true, we set the explosion to true, we assign the grid position of the explosion, and then adjust all the health and all the stuff. Same thing for the other player, and then we've got the dual Chi Blast impact. So, but I don't see anything that would keep it from happening. That's what's so weird about it.
You go down the first if statement, the P0 Chi Blast equals true, and P0 Chi Blast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the X position of the projectile lines up with the X position of the other player. And the Y's line up exactly.
Okay, yeah.
That's all. Yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah. Do they not line up when we're next to each other or something? If P0 Chi Blast Grid X.
Maybe, but we're still adjusting the health though.
Yeah,
everything's working right.
Everything else is happening right.
Right, exactly. Right. That's why it's so weird. It's not like everything else is broken.
Yeah, and it's not slowing it down either.
And it's working right once. It's working right the first time. It's not. Everything's lined up. It's just that it's not.
Everything else is working. It's just not slowing it down and drawing that explosion. Drawing the explosion should slow it down. Why is it going so fast?
Let's go back to the. Let's go back to the update function code for the Chi Blast. Okay. So if one button is pressed and the other button is not, and the Chi Blast is false and the Chi Explosion is false, and the Chi is greater than or equal to the increment, and the charging equals false. Okay, all these conditions for when you can do a Chi Blast. Then we change the blasting to true.
Yeah, that's just the animation of your arm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing that's a little weird to me is that the grid X is actually initially defined as the player grid X. But then it seems the reason we didn't notice that is that we immediately then go into the animation loop, or the Chi Blast loop, which adds 1 to the value.
Yeah.
And then it's looking for impacts, and even with that weirdness, it should detect the impact. Because think about what happens. Your two players are next to each other. One player fires. The Chi Blast starts at the same position as the player that shoots it. One is immediately added to it, so you are or subtracted, depending on which way you're facing, and then the Chi projectile is at the same position as the other player, and then we're checking for impacts, and it should work, and it is. It's just not drawing the explosion right. So
if you do the explosion right, it would slow down how fast you could fire them.
Mm-hmm.
We would get 1 explosion per Kai blast.
All right, so then we have this explosion loop, P0 Kai explosion.
Yeah, why is it open? Yeah, because it is working once.
Mm-hmm. And it's even working if you do it slowly.
Is BNT on for the Kai blast, or is it just BTN?
BTN, because we wanted to be able to fire fairly quickly when they're next to each other. But maybe we need to change it back. You know, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we do the BTNP now.
So like right now, if I'm holding the button down, I'm just Kai blasting. And it works, that feels pretty good.
Yeah.
And then if I get closer, it fires more rapidly, which it should. And if I come up here and I just tap the button, it's working every time I tap the button.
Yeah, you're doing damage fast and you're running out of Kai stupid fast.
Yeah.
Takes like half a
So
second.
maybe we do need to change that to BTNP. You could try it. You want to try it?
Yeah, let's try that.
Just again, just remember what we're doing so we can undo it real quickly if we need to. So
yeah,
player 0, Kai Blast.
Because that should be fine on all of them so far. On every other speed. Yeah.
Okay. So BT and P.
Yes. And this is player 0.
And then this one can be fine. We just need to make sure the other button's not being pressed at all. So that's fine. And this is player 0. So let's try it. And either it'll feel right or it'll feel totally wrong, you know?
Yes.
I think you and I are on the same page about how it should feel, so...
Yeah.
Okay, player 0. That did not help.
Why is it going so fast? It's like overwriting everything and just going super fast when you're that close, like punching. It is going way faster, it feels like when you get close, like 30 times a second.
It might have to do with this stuff that we did.
I don't remember what that was all the way.
This adjusts the auto spacing on the BTNP function.
Oh.
Let me gotta get to the manual. So the initial delay was 2. Oh, yeah, I remember we kind of went back and forth. We tried a higher value and a lower value.
Yeah.
Because where are we using... Again, I don't want to make changes without understanding what else I'm affecting here. So punching is using regular BTN. Kai blasting is using regular BTN. Charging is using BTN. Are we using BTNP at all?
I don't know.
Oh, we are right here.
Oh.
For movement. That's right. We did it for movement.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was for, yeah, so that we could move fast but also move.
Yeah, so unfortunately, if we change that, we're going to break our movement. So we got to just leave that alone.
Yeah, I like our movement a lot.
I do too. So let's just leave that alone. I mean, I have an idea. Okay, I have an idea. Basically, right as of right now, when we detect an impact, hold on, I might be onto something here. Hold on, where's the function for checking the impacts? As of right now, we're saying when there's an impact, set the Chi Blast back to false. We need to wait till the explosion's done to set the Chi Blast to false.
Yes.
Which we're already doing, right? Hold on, I might be onto something here.
Yeah, maybe you're overriding it there. Maybe it's getting overwritten. Yeah, telling it to do two different things. Yeah, we want it to not draw a new Chi Blast until the explosion loop is finished, not on the impact.
Hold on, I think this might.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can zero in on this here. Okay, so I need to find the. So basically, what I think is that we're resetting the Chi Blast to false when an impact happens. We need to do it at the end of the explosion loop. So let me try something here. I got an idea. This might work. And this might do it actually. Okay. Okay, P0 Chi Blast impact. If the impact is true, okay, except, oh, that's right, because that's how we turn off the projectile. Ah, oh, damn. We can't change that. Otherwise, hold on, I might be able to brute force this somehow. So this is what's literally just turning on the display or not of the Chi Blast. So that's right, the projectile needs to go away.
Can we make the end of the Chi Blast explosion loop be where the Chi Blast gets set to equal false?
Actually, you know, I have a new idea. I'm gonna create.
It's setting the beginning of the explosion loop instead of the end right now.
I got a new idea. This might be a little heavy-handed, but we got some tokens to work with here. Chi Blast. Okay, where's my variables for Chi Blast? I have an idea. Okay, where the hell is the variables for my Chi Blast? Ah, damn it, all the hell. This game's getting so huge. I'm anxious to be, as much as I'm enjoying PICO-8 and I like the kinds of games you can make in PICO-8, I'm looking forward to working in a regular code editor.
Yes, I'm looking forward to not being limited. I do like the limited environment, but I want to, yeah, I want to have more freedom to be like, ooh, I want to try to add this in and not be like,
Hmm.
oh, token
Yeah,
limits.
exactly.
The whole time it'll be so fun to be like, oh yeah, let's go crazy in that direction. Let's see how many of those things we can do. That'll be fun. Yeah, it would have been cool to be able to do things like select your Kai Blast color, but the, that screen was just so big with the token limit. But I do enjoy just having all of the characters have ones that
Kai
match
Blast
their
variables
character.
right here. Okay, so here I'm gonna P0 allow Kai Blast equals true. P1 allow Kai Blast equals true. So that should be on by default. Now what I want to do, let's come down here. Okay, P0 allow Kai Blast, was that right?
I think so. You need
Yeah,
another
okay.
and there too.
What? Oh, yeah.
The other and.
Okay. All right. Let's think this through. The moment we turn on Kai Blast, we need to disallow it from there, right?
Yes. Yes. It was false.
Right? And then, once we're done with the explosion, we turn it back on. Right?
Yes.
All right.
When the
So let's.
explosion loop is concluded.
Yeah. So let's find our.
Not at the impact, but
Mm-mm.
oh no, that's dual.
We want to do it at the end of the Kai Blast loop, right? Actually.
Yeah, at the end of the Kai Blast loop. Yeah, that's where we want it, at the end of the Kai Blast explosion loop.
Right. Right.
Right here, yeah. Somewhere in here. I guess
Yeah, and it's got to be in a few places. So, when do we turn it back on? When there's an impact, when you impact the wall, dual Kai Blast impact. So there's a lot of, yeah. So we have to think through all the places we need to turn it back on.
When that explosion equals false there at the end of the loop.
Well, let's hold on. Let's check all this here. So, wall collision. Yeah, when there's a wall collision, we need to turn it back on. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
P0 allow Chi blasts equals true, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
At the end of the Chi explosion loop, we turn it back on.
Yeah. Yeah. And this one too.
I don't know.
What is this one for?
I don't know. Let's just make sure that the sprites are reset. I don't think it needs to be there. But we do need to check for probably the dual Chi blast impact.
Yeah, to allow it to turn back on after that.
Dual Chi blast explosion. Well, no, because all that does is call the explosion loop. I think that. Hold on. All the dual explosion doing is calling the explosion loop, which we already added the code to. So.
But we did say that if you shoot a Chi blast, you turn it to allow it to be false, and then if they collide into each other, there's nothing that turns it back to allowing through.
Oh, wrong player. Nope, I didn't help. It's working right though. This is a remarkably untractable problem here, you know?
Yeah, they just go sicko mode when they're next to each other. They're like, nope, no rules. I guess it's fine. But yeah, I'm surprised. I thought that one of these things would have got it for sure. It's not even slowing down at all. It's like going 30 frames a second, it feels like. Wow. I'm pretty surprised that didn't do it. Maybe we're just not done putting it in everywhere. Felt pretty good though. Why is it allowing Chi blast when we're told it not to? We've told it in 2 different ways, at least like 3 different ways really, not to do that.
Where are my Chi blast variables? It's all title screen stuff. Chi blast variables. Okay. Well, let's repeat what we just did for the other player because it didn't make anything worse, and I think it's on the right track. So it at least gives us a way to control whether or not one can do a Chi blast. Okay. So right here. And P1 allow Chi blasts, right? Equals true. And okay. So now we need to go to the impacts function here. So we need to check for wall impacts, right? Yeah, okay. That's P0. There's P1. That's all we did, right? You there?
Yeah. I wasn't sure. Not really paying attention to it. What is it?
Well, it seems clear. It's just not. It's not triggering the explosion. I'm at a loss. Why? Because if it were, then it wouldn't let you do another Kai blast till the explosion was done, given what we programmed in. So for some reason, the explosion is not being triggered.
Yes. That's gotta be. That's what I'm thinking too. The explosion's not getting pulled up for some reason. For some reason, it's not pulling up the explosion and drawing it. Displaying it for some reason. We're too close, so it's like... Yeah, something's weird with the placements.
It's almost like it's starting another Kai blast before you ever get around to triggering an explosion. But why would it do that? I'm just thinking through the flow. Like, it's... The two players are next to each other. It spawns the projectile right where your player is at. Immediately adds 1 to it. Checks for an impact. And when there's an impact, it should... Maybe we need to... So what's happening? Maybe we need to check for impacts more often. Okay, so we're checking for it a few places. Okay, so here's where the Kai blast is detected. Then the Kai blast... Okay, this changes the player sprite, so that's unrelated. Then we do the Kai blast loop. This is what's changing the position of the... And then that makes sense because we check for the impact right after the loop starts. Check for wall collisions, explosion loop, and then into charging. So why... We're checking for impacts before it loops back through the code all over again to check for another button press. I mean, we could check for impacts immediately after we. I'm worried if we do it too often, we're gonna start doubling up on how much damage we're doing and whatnot.
Mm.
But maybe it just needs to happen right after the Kai Blast happens. You know what I mean? Because this loop here only happens when the explosion is set to true. When is the explosion set to true? When there's an impact. But the problem is it is detecting an impact because it's adjusting the it's adjusting the, so it's not like it's not working, you know?
And it's playing the sound effect. Yeah, it's doing two parts of the thing. It's just not displaying the explosion for some reason when you're right next to each other and holding the button down. If you're next to each other and pressing the button once, it works. But if you hold the button down, it just goes super fast. Like as fast as possible. But it shouldn't. When you're holding the button down, it should have it locked while the Kai Blast is shot and the explosion loop happens, and then it should unlock it, let you shoot the next one, do an explosion loop, unlock it. You shouldn't be able to just like rapid fire.
I just see nothing that would stop it from.
I don't understand why. It's gotta just be some weird, it's like that. It's just got that weird case. It's just like right outside.
Yeah, it's obviously something I mean, there's a problem. I just don't see it.
It's just outside the lines of what we wrote somehow. Maybe it is something how we wrote it to where, they like start off at the same position.
Yeah, I don't know. It's even still, we could code around that if we knew where the problem was, you know. But the problem is nothing. Everything else is working. It's detecting the impact. It's adjusting the Kai. It's not. It's adjusting the health, right? I mean, when we run it.
Yeah. It's adjusting the health in the Kai.
I like the title screen. It looks good.
Same.
Right, right? If I come up here, if I Kai Blast from over here, I'm hurting the other player. If I come up here and do it, I'm still hurting the other player.
Yeah, and
So
like
it's
you're
working.
Yeah, working. It's just going super fast for some reason. We're attempting to slow it down and populate the Kai Blast explosion every time, but it's not doing the Kai Blast explosion. But only when you hold the button down. Because if you just press it, it does work correctly, even when you're right next to each other. But if you hold the button down, it doesn't. So there's something in that. Because if you just press the button once, it will work. What the heck?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna fix this today. I gotta go here and get some dinner happening. But
Yeah,
we'll have to
gave it a nice solid shot.
work on this on Thursday. But we detect the Kai blasts. Then we disallow the Kai blasts. We immediately come down here and start the Kai blast loop. Okay, if the loop equals 0, then add 1 to the loop. Set the sprite. If it's not flipped, then make it go this direction by 1 and update the grid. If it's the other direction, make it go the other direction, update the grid. And then we check for impacts. And that's working because we're adjusting the health. And then we're turning the explosion on, which is part of the impact thing up above. And then we're into the explosion loop. And all the display, the code that draws the explosion just looks for this. If the explosion is on, it's true, then draw the explosion. If it's not, then don't. And so the explosion is true. We get to the end of the loop, 4 frames. Explosion gets turned off. Explosion loop goes back to 0. And we allow Kai Blast again. There's no reason that it shouldn't. Yeah, it's gonna have to wait till next time. I'm stuck. I'm gonna have to think about it more and look at it some more.
Yeah, I'm confused. I feel like we took some really good jabs at it, though.
Yeah, well, it's a testament to us that we didn't break anything. We're on the right track because it didn't break anything. It didn't fix anything, but what we tried is correct and didn't break anything. So, there's something we're missing.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll find it next time.
Or we won't. Like I said, it might just be a bug in PICO-8 for all I know. I don't know. But I suspect that it's probably us.
We might be able to find it. I'm gonna try to get those sound effects done. I think I'm gonna work on those tonight. Try to do those sound effects finally.
Let me. I'm gonna hit the be right back button, and I'll send you this new version of the game.
Yeah. And I will play test the heck out of it with Andy tomorrow. Okay, because I'll get home too late to do it today.
so frustrated. I can't. I was worried. I just didn't see anything wrong. I still don't see anything wrong. So.
Same. I'm not sure what's happening there.
Yeah, I mean, I could always try to find one of my software engineering friends and have them look at it with me, but, you know, I don't know. I'm sure we can figure it out. Or not, you know. Worst case, I can live with it. So we're in good shape.
Same.
Make sure that's the right version. Yep, 5 p.m. That's the one. 82K. Boom.
Yay.
All right, let's look at our Trello list here. Okay, so we're going to work on this one next time. You're going to work on the sound effects. I think we're done reclaiming tokens for now, unless we need to again. For now, I think we can just move that to done. You're going to play test on Monday.
Progress if you want. Yeah, I'm doing that tomorrow. I'm playtesting tomorrow between sessions.
Nice.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm so irritated, though. I just want to get to the heart of what's wrong with that.
Yeah, it's so weird. I really felt like we were going to get it with some of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's so confusing.
I just want to do a real quick check on something. That's working. That's still working okay. Good. Yeah, I'm very confused. I just, you know, we've looked at it for an hour and we don't see anything wrong, you know. That's all right. We'll sleep on it. It's fine for next time. We'll sleep on it.
A whole bunch of different ideas, too, that were really good.
Mm-hmm. I mean...
We're close, though.
I know. We're close. We'll figure it out. Or we won't. It's okay.
I'll get those sound effects done. But Andy and I are talking about streaming sometime between 2 and 3 tomorrow.
Oh, I won't be home by then. I'll be... Well, I might be, actually. I'm going to take my car in tomorrow morning. It depends on how much they have to do to my car. So I might be home by then. I'm more of an evening person. I'm busy during the day I'm driving.
Yeah, he's wanting to get to bed sometime in the evening, and I don't know how late.
Yeah.
How long to get caught up.
If you end up streaming, I set it to record so I can make sure he sets his stream to record so I can watch it after the fact.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we'll make sure to do that.
Boy, I'm just so frustrated. There's got to be a reason it's not working.
Yeah.
I wonder if we just need to check for the impact immediately after the... I'm going to try it real quick. Let me just try it.
Yeah.
If you got a second, this won't take long at all.
Yeah, this is all I'm doing today is working on this game.
Check for the Kai Blast impacts. Okay. Nope. I didn't do it. Nope.
Weird. Nope.
I have to sleep on that one. I don't know what the heck is happening with that bug. Yeah, it really does not want to go slow whenever they're right next to each other for some reason. But it's still registering that they're getting shot. It's not performing the right loop whenever it does start happening for some reason.
Yeah, it's drawing the Kai Blast or the explosions over the Kai Blasts, which are over the sprites. So if there's an explosion, it should be visible.
Yeah.
It's something obvious. You know it's got to be.
Yeah.
So obvious we haven't seen it, you know.
Yeah. You go back up to the impact real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the P0 or the P1 Kai Blast equals true.
Mm-hmm.
What if somewhere in there we put something about what the explosion equals? Like it has to equal. It has to be set to already equal. I guess false. Maybe not. Maybe that's not the right track. I was thinking about something there.
Well, maybe. You might be on the right track because... Maybe. Because it's looking for an impact. Whenever it's doing that, it's setting the explosion to true. But that doesn't... Setting it to true doesn't reset the loop.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't affect anything.
Just hadn't all the way finished through the thought in my head, and you were starting to scroll. I was like, wait a second, I might be on.
So if the
something,
Kai
but I
Blast
can't.
is true, set the impact to true.
Yeah, maybe it's not with the impact. I don't know, because that's one that's supposed to be calling up the explosion, and it's not for calling up the explosion for some reason at that point. Because it's like that's where it's still doing the damage, but you're not getting an explosion to actually appear for some reason. It's supposed to when that impact happens, even if you're standing next to each other.
So set the impact to true, and then if the impact is true,
And maybe if Kai Blast equals true and Kai Blast explosion equals false, then do all this, set impact to true, set explosion true. I don't know if that really makes much of a difference or not, though. And they're at the same position.
I mean, I don't see anything that would make any difference. Like, I'm trying to think. So it detects an impact, sets the explosion to true. That's what triggers the explosion loop. The moment we hit the button, we've disallowed more Kai blasts until the end of the explosion loop. If the impact is true, Kai blast is false. That turns off the visibility of the Kai blast. The impact is false. That's what makes sure we only register the hit once. Adjust the health, adjust the whatever. And then we shouldn't reallow the Kai blast until the explosion loop is done. That's what we added in.
Yeah. But for some reason, it's not even drawing the explosion loop.
It's not, but it is sometimes. So that's what's weird, It's
Yeah, only if you press the button once. First press. Nice. Is it doing the character animation?
I think so.
Yeah. Is it?
I think so. The more I see that title, the more I like it now.
Same.
Yeah, here, I'll charge up. Yeah, it's doing it. Ah, damn it. Yeah, it's doing it.
Yeah. It's doing everything except for the explosion loop, which the explosion loop would fix it. If it triggered the explosion loop, then it would slow down the Kai blast. But for some reason, that explosion loop is not getting pulled up, it feels like. Like going too fast and overriding it or something. It shouldn't be able to form the next Kai blast or start that next Kai blast until the explosion loop is played through.
Just want to try something here. Nope, I didn't do it. Yep, I don't know. We're gonna have to wait till next time. I'm stuck.
Yeah, I'm perplexed.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, let me know if you have another version of the game to send me with new sound effects on Thursday. Let's plan on Thursday though.
Yeah.
And I'll keep thinking about this. I'll open it up and take a look and see if I can wrap my head around why it's not working correctly. I just don't see anything. I mean, I've thought about it every which way I can think of.
Yeah, same. I'm over here pondering, and I'm not coming to any conclusions.
Yeah, don't mess with it. If you're working on the sound effects, don't mess with the code. Obviously, we don't want to.
Yeah.
But I'll just be thinking about it, and I'll think about it, and we'll reconvene on Thursday and see if we can get to the heart of it. There's got to be
sound effect tonight. Save that version with the new sound effects,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna add in the sound effects for the Kai Blast for when Andy and I stream, so that I can hear what it sounds like, and play that version on the stream, but send you the version without it added to the code or anything, so the official version won't have. I haven't messed with the code at all.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a plan.
Sweet.
Well, at least we got almost everything off the list.
Exactly. Yeah, we've got pretty much everything off the list.
Yeah, exactly.
We might be able to figure that out still, but yeah, I'm not bugging.
I'm not
I'm
either.
really happy with the screen. It looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just put the last few sound effects done. Yeah, I'm glad I remembered about the explosion sound effect. I do want that in there. I think it'll be nice. I just want something soft like the punches are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just a little bit extra something whenever that
sounds good.
last minute passed.
Yeah, that'll be easy.
I will see you Thursday.
Sounds good. I look forward to seeing how the playtesting goes.
Yes, we should be streaming tomorrow sometime between 2 and 3-ish.
Awesome.
Probably stream for 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah, I hope I can tune in. If not, make sure he records it so I can check it out after the fact.
We will.
Awesome.
Cool. See you tomorrow or Thursday.
Sounds good. Have a good evening over there.
All right, you too.
Thanks.
Enjoy your dinner.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, Dylan.